Hi, welcome. This is Dr. John DeMartini. This is one of the most amazing and inspiring shows that you can listen into. If you want to be on the edge of your seats, if you want to open up your heart, if you want to expand your mind, and you want to meet incredible people, stay tuned because you're just about to experience a transformative radio show that will change your life. And you're listening to the Dr. Pat Show that's coming up right next.
The following audio is via a Skype call.
Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. Talk radio to thrive by. Powerful, inspiring, and coming to you live, bringing you stories of people like you and me, busting through and living life full out. Get ready to dare to wonder what your life would be like if you knew you could not fail. Hey, everybody. It's so great to have you tuning us in and turning us on. Yeah, you were just listening to, my buddy Dr. Joe talk about detoxing your mind. Today, we're going to be detoxing your life right here. Thanks to my friend, my colleague, TK Mitchell. Now, here's what I want to say. Once in a while, you're looking at things and you're thinking to yourself, what should I really look at doing more of and doing less of? The thing that I've come to know, is that the whole idea about cleaning things out, not just your body, but cleaning things out, detoxing your life. What does that mean? How is it more than just a cleanse of our organs or, something that we do? Oh, like once in a blue moon, as my mom would used to say, honey, like once in a blue moon, every once in a while, once in a blue moon, you got to do that. She was from the South, so she would talk like that. But today, TK was like laughing. She knows what I'm talking about. But, this is it. TK, welcome to the show. But I want to ask you a question. Let's kick this up for a minute.
Yes.
This is a great topic, but I want to talk about you for a minute before we jump into it.
Mm-hmm.
Your life, you've said yes to showing up and helping other people. Tell me what inspires you to even have a conversation like this today. And welcome to the show.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having me. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the show today. Well, been through some challenging times. And since I was able to really put things in order and change my life around, I wanted to share that with others. So through Lifestyle 120, I helped to transform the lives of women specifically, to help them make better decisions about health and lifestyle interventions and equip them with the tools they need to live vibrant, passionate lives. And it's because of my passion for health and transformation and becoming the best person that we possibly can be.
You know what? Here's the thing that I love about this today and talking with you is that sometimes we go off in life and things happen. Happens to every one of us, TK.
Yes.
But the deal is, what the heck do we do with that? And isn't that what today's show's about?
Yes.
It's not about all the things that happen. It's about, listen, it's time to refresh, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It is. Because we can do things to improve our lives, improve the lives of our family and our community and our environment. We have the tools to do that. It's just a matter of saying yes to it. Absolutely.
All right. So let's talk about this. Refresh your body. Let's start with the body.
Yes.
Let's start that. I love that you're not calling it detoxing. I love that you're calling it refresh. Where did you come up with that? Because that is so much more like, oh my gosh, I love that. What is it about refresh? How do we go about it? Where do we start?
Well, the word detox has been overused, I think, and most people, when they think about detox, they're thinking about just basically eating properly for just a week or so. And so I'm thinking about refresh because it involves our entire life. And so it's a back to nature approach to living, a sustainable lifestyle that works for you, your community, and the planet. And let's consider that word detox though for a minute. Like, okay, so what feelings and images are evoked when you hear the word detox? Most may be thinking of an internal cleanse or a special fast to rid the body of toxins that have built up over the months. Usually a person completes a detox, I'll say for 3 days, 2 weeks. They feel refreshed and full of vitality. And I think that while a periodic or seasonal detoxing is great, I'm proposing a whole life detox to begin living clean, not just for 2 weeks, but for a lifetime. And often people will detox their liver and then the following month go back to eating the way they used to. And so my question is, what's the point of that? What is the point? If we want to get clean for life, we must begin to sweep all areas of our lives. And I'm speaking about refreshing the entire body, our cabinets, our personal hygiene products, our cleaning products, our spirit, our environment, our relationships, ourselves and others, thus creating a lifestyle that will position us in the flow of continuous abundance. Yeah. So
And
the purpose, basically, of detoxing our lives, or refreshing our lives, and living clean is to restore balance, wholeness, and harmony. That's the way I see it.
I love this because I'm so glad you brought that up. You know, the idea of detox, every time you hear that phrase, right?
Mm-hmm.
Refresh is not the word that
Yep.
comes to the forefront. And by the way, for those of you tuning in, we have just we're posting a great image that TK put together, so you can get a sense of what the heck we're talking about today. Great, beautiful image. And so just want to call upon what that image says. I love this. I don't know where you got this from, but it's beautiful.
Well,
It
thank
says
you.
organize, sleep, oxygen, harmony, fitness, spirit, refresh, love. You that, so if all you listening to the show don't know what refresh means, TK is defining it. This is the new narrative, everybody.
Yeah.
It's not just about cutting stuff out. It's about giving yourself some rejuvenation, isn't it?
It is. It is. And really, when I created that, I was thinking about all the words that are closely related to what we'll be talking about today and
Mhm.
next month, because this is part 2 next month. And I was thinking about everything that's possibly related to having that refreshing life that we all deserve, that we all want, and how to go about it.
Yeah. And what are some of the challenges? Because this is what, we got to have a challenge conversation.
Hmm.
This time of year, people start dieting, they start cutting things out, they start to go through all sorts of things that, they haven't done for 6, maybe even longer months.
Yeah.
But, here we go. And every time you say the word, look, if you said diet
Ooh.
and detox in the same sentence, you'd lose half of the audience.
Right. Well, that's true. I would just imagine not eating for a season, but for a reason. And then the reason is to live a clean life, for life. And because we need food and water to survive, I think that's a good place to start, though, Pat, with food. Um, uh, Consider these 5 ideas. First of all, number 1 is one simple way to detox our bodies for life, to refresh our bodies for life, is to change the way we drink. Now, our last show called Drink to Your Health focused on replacing sugary beverages with clean, purified water and nutritious blends that contain fresh, colorful fruits and vegetables. And for the audience who did not really get a chance to hear that show, my book, Sip the Garden, Fun, Easy
Oh,
Drinks for a Healthier Family, will provide listeners with many hydrating ideas. Now, that's for life. You start drinking properly. That's the one thing you can do. That's the number one thing you can do. So we can reap huge benefits just by changing the way we drink. Now, there are a few more. And then number 2 would be, I think people love color. So begin to introduce a variety of color to your plate from fresh fruits and vegetables. And number 3, begin to evaluate what you're actually putting in your body by reading the labels on products. I mean, we're so used to just going to the grocery store and grabbing something off the shelf. We've just been doing that for so long. We just don't think about looking at the label. But the label is critical. And number 4, processed foods are a major cause of chronic diseases like hypertension, type 2 diabetes, obesity, and 1 out of 3 adults, including children, is obese and have other health problems. And then the major 2 culprits are flour and sugar. So
oh,
replace those processed foods loaded with sugar, white flour, salt, and fat with whole foods. And then number 5 would be A way to get clean for life is to start preparing your meals at home. I'm just like, oh, everybody's so used to stopping by the greasy spoon, but it will be so much fun to begin experimenting with recipes. And yes, it may take a little getting used to, but if you eat out a lot, this could save you bundles. I mean, you shop for groceries 1 to 2 times per week, eat once, and then eat for 2 or 3 days. So you prepare your soups and salads for lunch, including, I just say, take those soups and salads because those are going to be healthier options for lunch instead of grabbing a quick processed meal.
Yeah.
And so we live clean by eating nutritious foods. And I think that's the first item in our paradigm here is the food, because we need food and water to survive. But there's so many other things that we're going to be covering too on the show. So food's number one.
Yeah. And, part of this, though, too, is looking at, well, wait a minute, how do we integrate all of the amazing things you've just talked about?
Mm-hmm.
What is the role that we can play in exercise? Does it even help? Does it have a part at all? We're going to take a short break, everyone. When we come back, we're going to walk ourselves through this idea of refreshing. How does refreshing get the juices flowing? TK Mitchell joining me here today. When we come back, fasten your seatbelt for that and much more. We'll be right back.
There are so many resources out there for meditation. But did you know that Atana's Heart Earth Healing Meditation is available for you for free? Yes, that's right. You can receive this free healing meditation today from Atana Badili. All you need to do is visit his website, atanamethod.com. That's ATAANA method.com, and sign up. You will receive your free meditation instantly. That's atanamethod.com.
Tune in to the Angels and Answers Psychic Radio Show with clairvoyants Artie Hoffman and Sky Siegel every Thursday for a 2-hour show, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Transformation Talk Radio. Artie and Sky deliver spiritual and motivational messages with passion and a sense of humor. Call in 800-930-2819 for live and on-air readings. Visit artiehoffman.com and skyofangels.com.
Chris Stanis is a spiritual leader and healer and teaches a course on how you can transform your life through a meditation and healing system that will manifest your spirit's dreams. She manifested the Women of Wisdom Conference, the Women of Wisdom book, and this radio show. And she can show you how to change your life too. Are you ready? Visit the website and contact her at voicesofwomentoday.com. That's voicesofwomentoday.com.
Tune in to Lucid Planet Radio with Dr. Kelly Neff. This hit show will illuminate your senses and empower you beyond your daily stressors and hardships. Renowned psychologist and author Dr. Kelly will captivate you with far-reaching topics and amazing guests as you wake to the greatest version of yourself. Learn to tap into your intuitions, think critically about our world, heal emotional and psychological wounds, and follow your passions to live your dreams. The Lucid Planet. Welcome home. Visit lucidplanetradio.com for more information.
Are you ready for a game changer? Sarah Westall is bringing you Business Game Changers Radio. Sarah brings you leading experts, visionaries, and newsmakers who provide the best commentary on big issues and cutting-edge innovations. Sarah's 20 years as a business executive will help you think like an entrepreneur with expertise, energy, and attitude. Tune in to Business Game Changers Mondays at noon Pacific, 3 Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com.
Almost everyone at some time in their lives ask themselves, what am I? Most of our questions are ego-generated and simply don't address the problem of our false self. It's time to relax your ego and embody your soul. Dr. Dan Cohen, neurologist, inventor, and author, has created tools to awaken, a new way to transform from who you thought you were into what you truly are. Visit toolstoawaken.com today.
Wow. Hey, everyone. It's so great. Welcome back. TK Mitchell is in the house. What a great show. For those of you out there, we're doing a series, which is a really important one, and this time of year especially. Detox Your Life. Live Clean with Lifestyle 120 co-host TK Mitchell joining me here today. And, TK, you said this before. This is part one. Part two will be the next show we do together.
Yes.
Before we jump back in to refresh your body, I would like to ask you, what's the best way for people to find out more about you? How can they get copies of your book? And then for folks that want to work directly with you.
Yes, absolutely. Well, first of all, please visit lifestyle120.com. That's my website. A lot of information is there for you. And you can also email me at tk@lifestyle120.com. I'll be happy to speak with you. I work one-on-one. I work with groups. I put on workshops in the community and do retreats. All kind of interesting opportunities. And if you want to register or subscribe to my newsletter, that comes out regularly, as well as my blog. And the book is information about the book is on the website as well. However, if you want to go directly to Amazon.com and type in Sip the Garden, Fun, Easy Drinks for a Healthier Family, that's where you can purchase my book. So that's kind of it in a nutshell. Be happy to speak with anyone. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And what I love about that is it in a nutshell, because there's a lot of pieces. So let's go through this, because this is like really super important for folks to really get a sense of. Your approach to this is really different. So when people say detox, everybody cringes. But when we say refresh, I love that.
Yes.
So tell me this. What is refresh? What is the essence of that when it comes to the body?
Yes, refresh means to live your life full out, as far as being alive and have energy and feel good about what you're doing for yourself and your family and the planet. And it takes some steps. However, it's not going to be something that happens overnight. It may take you 6 months to get everything in order. Like I said before we went to break, we were talking about food, but the other component would be to exercise. Exercise plays a big role in cleansing the body. Everyone knows exercise is important, but is everyone exercising? No. People make excuses like, I don't feel like it, I don't have time, I don't like to exercise. But my question to you would be, do you have time to take off from work when you get sick? Okay, so make it a part of your life. And exercise helps to keep you healthy. But how can you make exercising more enjoyable? That's the key. So I would say, choose activities you like. Yeah.
Okay. Can I tell you a little bit? Okay,
Yes.
this is what I love. I didn't know you were going to talk about this.
Yeah.
Okay, so Benny knows this. When I was in my 20s, I played table tennis. I loved it.
Yes.
I played softball. I played a lot of things. But you said something so key. How many times do we hear, oh my God, you got to walk. Okay, I'm not a walker. That's not me. But I'll tell you, I've started to play table tennis every Sunday now, and I'm thinking about playing more again. And I have to tell you, I'm energized and I'm sore as all get out today. But you said something so interesting. How do people discover what it is they like? I'm sure you're doing all of that, right?
Well, and we can have discussions, especially if people want to call. But the thing is the idea is, if you like the activity, you're more likely to continue. But people know what they like. They may not really consider it exercise. Like you say, table tennis. Who would thought, now, is that exercise? Of course it is. You're using your whole body. And like you said, you were sore today. So the key is to find what you've liked over the years and get into that. Now, spring has sprung. So get outside and breathe the fresh air and enjoy the sun while if you like hiking, hike and bike. It's important to schedule physical activity into your daily plan. Now, variety may help keep you motivated. And I'm thinking that if you have a 45-minute lunch break, include perhaps a 20-minute break where you take a brief walk around the block. Walking is great for the body, mind, and spirit. Now, if you don't like walking, what else can you do? Well, what could you bring to work? Can you bring your jump rope? You have to get real creative. Or sign up for weekly fitness classes. There's so much there, but I suggest for sure picking something that you enjoy. And don't be afraid to sweat, because sweating is great a great way to remove the toxins through the skin. So get moving. Live clean by exercising regularly. That's just
Yeah.
one big thing. Yes.
I love it. And part of this is, let's look at some of the other things you're saying about this.
Mm-hmm.
You're not just saying, okay, we're going to do cleanse the body. All right. I was sweating yesterday, but I have to tell you, and maybe you can explain this a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I came home and I took a shower, and I thought, oh my gosh, there's something really different about bathing or showering after you've sweat. And, what is it from the body point of view that is going on?
Yeah, well, we're back to that word refresh.
Woo!
And so, whoo, you feel so good. Now, of course, showering refreshes the skin, but there's nothing like a warm tub soak 1 or 2 times per week. It's not only a wonderful detoxing ritual, but it also helps relax the muscles and the mind. I mean, you're getting, all kinds of wonderful benefits. Now, the skin is the largest organ, and there are many detoxing oils and herbs that can be added to your bath water to help with that process. And the things, they just smell so delicious. And you begin with what you already have. Don't go out and purchase anything right away. Begin with what you have already in your cabinet. Now, you know what grandma used to use, right? So vinegar, baking soda, Epsom salt. Epsom salt is a trusted remedy for achy joints. Then, when you have time, shop for your favorite scented oils like lavender and eucalyptus. Eucalyptus, for example, helps to alleviate congestion and smells absolutely phenomenal. So there are so many ways to choose, so many different ones that you can choose from. And I'll say that in my spring newsletter, will provide you more information. If you go to lifestyle120.com, look in the archives for spring 2016 newsletter, and it'll give you some more information about amounts to use and so forth. So live clean by taking a sitz bath. Absolutely. If it's okay, Pat, I would like to share an affirmative statement with our listeners. For this that we've been talking about, I'd like to share a quote by Karl Lagerfeld. Most people know him as the fashion designer and photographer. And he says, I only eat what I am allowed to eat. I'm like the animals in the forest. They don't touch what they cannot eat. So in other words, if our listeners would like to repeat with me, I only eat foods fit for my divine temple. And that's just kind of a powerful statement to take with you.
I love that. And the reason I love that is because, believe it or not, and I can we talk about this for a hot second?
Sure.
Because I know you and I have talked about it before. When we say make a statement like that, we are thinking that we have a limitation. But I don't know about you. I've spent a little time out in nature, and I'm fascinated by how, our animal friends are so resourceful. Where the heck did we come up with the idea that refreshing and detoxing means we have run out of options? Can you talk to that for a minute?
Sure. I think that what has happened really is that we have lost touch. We're on a routine, and we really don't take time to be mindful of really what we're supposed to be doing. But once we do, we go, yeah, this is not really new information. This is what great grandma used to do. And but we get caught up in the rat race of, having to do and having to go, and the conveniences that are offered in our society, that we really forget that the way back to nature is really the simplistic view, and it really does keep us grounded. It makes us healthier. It's better for not only us, like I said before, but for our families and the environment. And it's almost like a no-brainer. Once you think about it, say, yes, I can do this, but you have to make the decision to do it.
So one of the things that we're also talking about is it goes beyond.
Yes.
I mean, this conversation actually goes beyond the idea of a cabinet. It goes beyond, of a body. We're now looking at, wait a minute, let's take a look at some of the other things we've got going on in our lives. How about our refrigerator? How about our cupboards? How about those things? Can we actually refresh those?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. And you mentioned cabinets, and for sure, we should actually begin in the kitchen. And we're on
Uh-huh.
talking about how to refresh our bodies through food and through bathing and through exercise. And then if we begin in the kitchen, we need to refresh our cabinets and refrigerator. This is going to be so rewarding, I think, for our listeners. But this can be a monumental task. So one week, if you could focus on the pantry, and then the next week, restock your refrigerator. So it's not this huge task that becomes very difficult, and then you throw out the idea, no, I'm not going to do this, can't do this. Just take it one step at a time. Like I said, it's going to take some time. Now, let's take a look inside the cabinet and read the labels of packaged foods and canned goods. Remove that box of cereal that has added sugars and a paragraph of ingredients that are difficult to pronounce. And when we go shopping, then replace your cabinet with items like whole oats, brown rice, quinoa, nuts, seeds, beans. Think real whole foods. And in the fridge, you'll have fresh produce and meats that are free of antibiotics and hormones. And then don't throw everything out. Box up everything. Box up your non-perishables for the next food drive. So that's one way to begin living clean. Living clean by eating fresh, clean food. And we could continue too with the cookware products. Replacing cookware will be very expensive. And because you don't want to go into debt overnight, you'll need a timeline. I'd say buy 1 to 2 items each month or wait for a sale. There are a lot of great products on the market. So you want non-toxic, eco-friendly cookware that's safe for you and your family. And although convenient and easy, avoid those non-stick pans and utensils because they contain Teflon, which has been linked to cancer and other health concerns. So I say avoid those. Avoid unprotected copper pots, lower quality stainless steel and aluminum, since these metals can be dangerous if ingested. One non-toxic alternative is the cast iron cookware. Generally, iron supports our health, but if you're already getting enough iron, that iron pot may pose a problem. It's just something to be aware of. Like I said, just be mindful of what your own situation is and what you're proposing for yourself to make some changes. Now, other alternatives are enameled, ceramic and glass products made for food use, of course. Stoneware is a great alternative to aluminum baking sheets and pans.
Yeah.
Now, Le Creuset is expensive, but it's my favorite. Now, I'm still using my mom's pieces. I mean, she had pieces that I inherited, and then I added my own pieces over the years. But there are a number of wonderful products on the market that will last forever. So I say be informed about what's best and detox by cooking clean. So all this goes hand in hand with food.
Oh, I love it. And,
Yes.
part of this we're going to talk about when we come back. This could be fun. The whole idea of refreshing can be total fun and be super, super great for you.
Absolutely.
We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we've got so much to cover. We're just going to go right through, but we're taking your questions. 1-800-930-2819, 1-800-930-2819. And I just want to say to everybody out there, if you have not gotten a copy of TK's book, it is amazing. As a matter of fact, it is a whole different way of looking at things. Sip the Garden. When we come back, we're going to talk about that for a little bit, but get ready for this. How do we refresh? How about that stuff we put on our face called, makeup? Let's take a short break, everyone. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Leslie Fontaine with Sheer Alchemy on Transformation Talk Radio, and here's your tip of the day. When it comes to positive thinking and the law of attraction, many of us could say, been there, done that, read the book. So what happened if we didn't get there, didn't achieve the goal, didn't step into our abundance? Typically, there are some core wounds and core fears that keep us from stepping out. We also have energies in our ancestral lines, our cultural and family codes, and even agreements that keep us in check. So let me challenge you. When you had the desire that burned in your soul, what happened? How did discouragement set in? Why did you stop? What came up for you? Whose voices? Listen, there's hope, but it does not come from suppressing the energy that's within you. We all know it's going to spill out somewhere. So join me on Transformation Talk Radio and Sheer Alchemy, and we're going to find out how we can shift you into the intentions that can manifest for you.
Naturopathic doctor, founder of the Martha's Vineyard Holistic Retreat, and author of the New York Times bestseller 21 Pounds in 21 Days, Dr. Ronnie DeLuce has helped tens of thousands of people, including celebrities and athletes, with her message of lifestyle change. Now Dr. Ronnie DeLuce wants to help you. You too can be saved. Email Dr. Ronnie DeLuce at info@ronniedeluceonradio.com and visit mtheholisticretreat.com. Dr. Ronnie DeLuce, your partner in wellness.
Do you want the freedom to spend more time with your loved ones? Travel the world? Live spontaneously? Get ready, because the Chip Justice Show is here. Hosts Dr. Pat Basile and Chip Justice can help you build meaningful success while embracing life. Living a life you love is the end game in this new, inspirational, and empowering show. Positive changes for a life you'll love. Tune in every month on TransformationTalkRadio.com and visit PositiveChangeInstitute.co for more information.
Have you ever tried to make lifestyle changes but had difficulty following through? Imagine what it would be like to get up each morning with energy, clarity, and motivation to tackle the day. If you want to get past limiting barriers that are preventing you from living your best life, join holistic health and wellness coach T. Carey Mitchell each month on the Dr. Pat Show, or visit lifestyle120.com today and start to receive the personal attention you deserve.
Discover the 8 things the elements of prosperity want you to know. Lynn Brown is hosting a life-transforming, soul-expanding evening on April 30th featuring guest speaker and radio host Dr. Pat Basile. Lynn was guided to make this a by-donation event for entrants, and all proceeds will be donated towards uplifting the homeless community. For more information and to get tickets, visit eventbrite.com. That's eventbrite.com and type Lynn Brown in the search.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. It's so great to have TK Mitchell joining me here today. You know, TK, before we jump in again, what's the best way, again, for people to find out more about you, and also, you know, to really talk with you about coaching? Because, you know, this is not always easy to do.
Yes.
You know, this takes help. I know I've had to go out and say, you know what, I need some help with this.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, I'd be happy to support people on their health journey. Lifestyle120.com is my website. Mm-hmm. And people can email me at tk@lifestyle120.com. And my book, Sip the Garden, Fun, Easy Drinks for a Healthier Family, is information is on the website. You find everything on the website, on the homepage. And then if you want to purchase that, it's available on Amazon.com. Yes, absolutely. Happy to speak with anyone who's interested in and who's serious about making some changes for the better.
I love it. Well, you know, let's talk about, here we are, right? And I know we've got a couple of things we just want to point out, really important things in terms of, you know, our cabinets, our refrigerator.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, let's talk about that. And then how important it is to look at what we're actually consuming.
Yes. Yes. Well, you know, I think everyone knows what's safe for families and the environment, but you just have to say, this is the day that I'm going to take action. And we ended our before the break talking about cookware products. And I wanted to add, too, that if if you're listening, we need to avoid plastic food containers. For example, products with, and these words, these names are so difficult to pronounce. That's an indication you should avoid them. So we've got bisphenol A or BPA, polyvinyl chloride or PVC, a synthetic plastic material, and also phthalates used in plastic production, lead, and all of those. These toxic plastic words are difficult to pronounce and make the process sound difficult, but in reality, it's easy and cost effective. What you really want are alternatives that are safe for you and the environment. So your options are clean and simple. Glass containers and jars, like the old Pyrex sets and Corningware and mason jars. And I would suggest, too, biodegradable garbage bags are available, cotton produce bags, and, paper lunch bags are better than plastic lunch bags. So if I would just repeat this affirmation statement with me. I use cookware and storage containers that are eco-friendly and safe for me and my family because I live life clean.
Oh, yeah. I mean, one of the things too we're thinking about is what happens when we're not really looking at that. When we're not really looking at it. We're living in a world right now where there's so much information, TK, coming out about things that we didn't even begin to imagine may not be so good for us, right?
Right.
So talk about, if you would, how important is it for us not just to refresh and, don't put things in plastic, but refresh the kinds of things we're just keeping around.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And then, I guess it'd be beyond the food storage containers. When you get that pretty much settled and into your life, into your regime, then we need to take a look at something else, which is your personal care products. And I would say it really does matter because consider this. You're leaving home each morning wearing your favorite outfit and hundreds of chemicals on your body. The skin is porous and absorbs 60% of what we actually apply to it. Now, with that in mind, it matters big time what personal products we use. To begin, let's talk about soap, lotion, deodorant, toothpaste, and mouthwash. Now, I mentioned this earlier, and I just want to reemphasize, we must read the labels and investigate the products we intend to use in our bodies. Natural, organic, hyperallergenic, all sound great, but be familiar with all the ingredients in those bottles. There's a long list of toxic chemicals that you should avoid, many of which are carcinogenic. What's the purpose of these chemicals? Well, mainly artificial chemicals are present to help prevent bacterial growth. They're used as preservatives, product enhancing agents, and they are not good for the body or the environment. Now, there's a long list. I mean, some of them include like parabens, artificial colors, fragrances, phthalates, which we talked about earlier, triclosan and sulfates like sodium lauryl sulfate, formaldehyde in your lotions. Preservative, but it's there. And this one, toluene, which is a solvent, and propylene glycol and benzophenone. Oh my gosh. And mineral oil, which is in a lot of products. Ordinarily, you wouldn't think of mineral oil as being something to avoid, but it's a petroleum derivative and it prevents the skin from breathing. And I used it years ago. And it's like, why is my skin so dry? It dries out your skin. And then talc, found in powders. These are found to be linked to cancer. Petrolatum, which is a petrochemical that contains carcinogens and prevents the skin from breathing. A lot of fancy words that are not good for our body. So I don't recommend immediately throwing out all your personal products. You've been using these for years and you've got a supply. Don't throw them all out because it's very expensive to replace. But become mindful of your products from this day forward. And then when it's time to stock up, that's when you make the changes. Because remember, this is going to take some months. Set a goal, say 6 months, then reevaluate to see where you can make further improvements. A number of wonderful clean products are on the market, personal care products. Spend time checking them out and see what will work for you. And you can mix your own creams at home
I
using.
do that.
Yeah, I do too. It's wonderful. Natural moisturizing ingredients like shea butter, jojoba oil, coconut oil, apricot oil, and then you just add a couple of drops of fragrant essential oils like lavender, vanilla. Ooh, for a delicious body cream. Yum. So, yeah, and then read your deodorant labels as well. Now, there's a pleasant surprise on my website, everyone, lifestyle120.com. I had an article published in Mind Body Green magazine called The Deodorant Hack You've Never Tried. You can find the link on my website. You go to my homepage, and at the top, click on Press As Seen In, and then Mind Body Green. Now, the article is also highlighted in my March 17th blog called Natural Solution to Underarm Protection. Like I said, you'll be surprised. So let me know what you think about it, how you like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one of the things that's so cool about this is also looking at, what is it that we can stay on top of, but more than just stay on top of, how can we make this creative and fun? You just mentioned something very, very cool. And as a matter of fact, we've got so much to talk about here. We're going to skip the next break. But here's the thing that I love about what you said. I never thought in a million years that you could take something as making your own lotion and literally make it a family fun or friend fun event.
Absolutely.
Oh,
absolutely. Yeah, get the kids involved. Get your relatives and friends involved. Absolutely. Yeah. And then you make enough and put them in the containers, and then they go home with some products to last them a month or so. Yeah, it's a great activity. That's wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah. And you have, each of these you're talking about looking at how we can affirm each phase of this. How do we, rather than agonize over this, how do we invite a positive aspect of this? And this is really something you're known for. How important is that? And what might we do to affirm that here?
Yes, absolutely. Well, I think, just keeping in mind that, I would say our personal care products, everything that we're using, I'd say to affirm that, to say to yourselves, I use personal care products that are not only safe for me and my family, but are also eco-friendly because I live life clean. You say that over and over, you begin to internalize it, and you have to start somewhere. I say start today. You begin to internalize it's something that you want. You want it. You want it for yourself and your family, and you want to help preserve our wonderful planet that we're living on. So making sure that we do everything we can for our planet. And there's so many things to talk about too, Pat, with this, because there's toothpaste and mouthwash and all of the oral hygiene products. There's so much. Be careful that you're not swishing a chemical wash. Because there's so many different chemicals in our mouthwashes and our toothpaste. And we could talk about the advantage of curcumin. The active ingredient in turmeric is not only a wonderful culinary spice, but it's also great for oral health. It has antibacterial and antifungal properties, helps heal the gums, and can be used also as a tooth whitener. So I say, raise your hand, everybody. Raise your hand if you're feeling creative, because you can prepare your own mouthwash using aloe vera, oil of spearmint, and turmeric. There's so many possibilities here because aloe vera actually reduces plaque. But if you're shopping for toothpaste, just look at the ingredients. Make sure that they don't contain chemicals like chlorhexidine and thymol and hexatidine and salicylates and all these methylparabens and alcohol. Just cruise the body and bath aisles and see what's there. A number of non-toxic products are on the market. And then I would say too, with your cosmetics, now that we're on a roll talking about your body care products, your cosmetics. Think about those as well, because you want your makeup to be free of toxins. As mentioned earlier, you don't want any artificial dyes, synthetic fragrances, lead, and chemical binders or parabens in your makeup either. There are clean products on the market, and if you're looking for organic, make sure the product has an organic certification stamp. And there's so many other things as well. I mean, I ask our audience, our listeners, what are you slipping on and what are you sleeping on? What are you wiping and dabbing with? And be mindful of the fibers in your clothing, sheets, and towels. I mean, we know that cashmere, silk, cotton, linen, and wool are natural fibers. So if you have sensitive skin, be aware of synthetic fibers like polyester, rayon, acrylic, acetate, and nylon
Yeah.
in your bathroom tissue.
Yeah. Yeah.
It should be unscented and unbleached. Absolutely.
Yeah, and isn't it
Mm-hmm.
interesting because we're talking about, the things that we take just like very nonchalantly, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
We're kind of looking at ways for us to be more mindful is what I hear you saying.
Yes,
This is
absolutely.
really the time to be more mindful. And, we can do that in our everyday life because, somebody might be listening to this TK and they might be thinking, what is that? A little toy, yeah, a little tissue paper with this or that on it. But
Mm-hmm.
that's really not the point.
Mm-hmm.
The point is that it's a little tissue paper over here, a little air spray over here, a little something on my food over here, a
Mm-hmm.
little of this put in my bread over here.
Yes. It
Now
all
we've got
adds
to,
up. Yeah.
oh,
It adds
yeah,
up.
yeah,
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, and then too, I would say, it, today is the time to read the labels and ask if the ingredients support your new fresh way of living. I mean, we can go on and talk about cleaning products and what to do there. I mean, we should be avoiding. Unfortunately, I have to add to the list with our cleaning products. We're talking
yeah.
about our petroleum distillates and phenols and
Oh,
fragrances and phosphates and optical brighteners and bleach and 1,4 dioxide and EDTA. All of these for your laundry detergents. And here's the tip. If you have difficulty pronouncing the ingredient, then think twice about using it. What are the natural alternatives? Well, if we want to really get back to nature, we can take a fresh new look at what Grandma was using. Her natural solutions continue to work very well today for everyday cleaning. So what did Grandma keep in her supply closet? Well, she kept vinegar, a natural household cleaner and disinfectant for everyday use, and it's easy on the lungs and the environment. In addition, she may have used borax, baking soda, lemon, and soaps made from lard. We can use a combination of these for our laundry and cleaning needs, or we can shop for the best toxic-free brands on the market. There are safe products out there, but you may have to take your list with you until you get used to the common irritants and preservatives. So brands vary, but I'd say most are better than the typical mainstream versions. And also we want to try non-chlorine bleach, since chlorine has negative effects on people, plants, and the environment. So again, detox your body by using clean household products.
yeah,
Mhm,
yeah.
mhm.
And part of this too is really one step at a time.
Yes, one step at a
One
time. Give
step at a
yourself time.
time.
Don't make this an overwhelming experience, just one step at a time.
Mm.
And then too, there are green household cleaners,
Oh
and
yeah,
they're effective as well. And most people, well, what is green? Well, green means that it's environmentally friendly, it has environmentally friendly ingredients, and they have a non-toxic effect on people and the planet, and they are effective. Many people are concerned about the safety too in their water supply. I mean, we could talk about that for a bit too, Pat,
yeah.
if we have
I think we
time.
should talk about it now
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
because I
Okay.
think water is this is really the frontier that
Yes.
we all should be looking at.
Yeah.
I mean, and from many, many different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Water from the level of purity, water from the level of, what are we doing to the environment,
Yes.
with bottled water and so
Yes,
forth and so on. So there are many
absolutely.
ways. I think it's one of the most important conversations to have. But, I want to say this. Given where we are today in the world, there's so many solutions.
Yes, yes, yes. I think that, many people are concerned nowadays about the safety of their tap water. And one way to improve drinking water quality is to invest in an effective kitchen water filter that removes a wide range of potential contaminants. And as we talked about later, you think it's more expensive, but really by doing this, you'll be saving a bundle. I mean, you will no longer need to purchase those cases of plastic water bottles. So as plastic can contain BPA, and it's not good for our health or for the environment. And also, you may want to consider a whole house filtration system. Now, I had one installed 5 years ago, and
Oh,
it was a very wise decision. It was something that I wanted to do for years, but really hadn't brought myself to do it. Had a lot of other things I was trying to work on at that particular point, but I said, no, this is the time. So, but 5 years now that I've had my whole house water filtration system, and with my homemade laundry detergents and filtered bath and washing water, the mild case of eczema that I experienced on my upper arms has completely disappeared. And so I attribute it to that. Now, of course, I'm eating healthy as well, but I still had a little bit of that on my upper arm, but not since now that I'm showering and taking baths and washing with the purified water. So that's just one thing for our listeners to
well,
consider.
and the other thing is we're learning about some of the health benefits from certain pH water and certain other
Hmm.
things. I mean,
Yes.
I shared this a couple of weeks ago that,
Hmm.
I have a little device called an ozonator.
Yeah.
And once a week, I make a bunch, like 3 gallons of this
Hmm.
ozone water, actually, probably more than that. And I
Hmm.
have a device. And what ozone does is, we're looking at the scientific results of what it does, but it purifies things. The other
Yes.
thing that we've learned a lot about is the pH value of things.
Hmm.
Don't these all kind of isn't this like what fits into the refresh part of the dialogue
It
here?
fits right in. Fits right in. I mean, we're talking about, pH balance with our eating. Well, how about pH balance with our water and with everything that we're doing? Absolutely. We're eating to make sure that our body is balanced nutritionally and that we don't have as many acidic qualities to our food. We have to balance our food. It's like you said, with the water, that's excellent. Absolutely. We need to consider all of that. Hmm.
Ah, yeah,
Hmm.
it's
Yeah.
incredible. And yeah, so there are a couple of things I want to make sure we kind of, zoom in here as
Yes,
well. In terms of today's show. I mean, we've talked about a lot of things.
we have.
Yeah,
Yes,
I would love to, like to get in here the last couple of minutes, just bringing it all together for people.
sure. Okay. Well, my last affirmative statement for everyone is
Yeah.
everybody repeat this. Okay. I use home cleaning products that are not only safe for me and my family, but are also eco friendly because I live life clean. And we would like to remind our listeners that detoxing your life and deciding to live clean is a process that takes time. And since we need food and water to survive, I'd begin there. Then restock your cabinets, then switch your personal care products, and then your household cleaning products. And so that's where we can take this. I know, next month we'll be talking about detoxing our mind, our spirit, and our environment. It says one last comment that I'd like to throw out there too for everyone is that living clean is an expression of love. Love for yourself, your family, your friends, and your planet.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much for today. Before we hop off, please tell folks how to find out more about you, Facebook, social media, and how they can get a copy of the book. And thank you for a fabulous conversation.
Oh, well, thank you. Absolutely. Well, I'd like to hear from our listeners. Contact me, please. Go to my website and check out lifestyle120.com. If you want to talk to me, have a phone conversation, you can make a request at tk@lifestyle120.com. And again, I'm doing health coaching, putting on programs in the neighborhood. I also offer workshops, and I've got the blog and the newsletter that you can subscribe to. My book is available. You can find out information on my website, again, lifestyle120.com, about the book. If you want to purchase the book, it's available at amazon.com.
Awesome.
Thank
Wow.
you. That's wonderful.
You. Thank you so much. And, again, for folks that are just tuning in, we've done previous shows. You can find them on TK's website, or you can find them at the drpatshow.com or transformationtalkradio.com. TK, thank you so much for all that you do.
Thank you. It was a lot of fun.
Awesome, everybody. And thank you so much for tuning us in, turning us on. We'll see you next time.
The preceding audio was via a Skype call.